Oh, horror is a genre that everyone loves. Horror movies are absolutely peak, but there's one type of horror movie that I think every single person loves to watch, whether it's because they're true horror fans or it's because they're just a little bit morbidly curious about it, and that is the horror movies that are based on true events. This is a huge thing. Any movie can say they're based on true events, whether it's true or not. So let's just go through a few that I know of that people say are based on true events and see if they really are. A lot of these are going to be exorcism movies and stuff like that because there are a lot of true events around that type of stuff, in quotations, until we get to the movies. Then we can see whether or not we can take those quotations off. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video with our first movie, which is one that I think everyone should watch. It's a really good slasher movie. Wolf Creek is one of those really good horror movies that's just a really sick slasher movie. It's set in Australia, and it is very famously quoted as being based on true events and everything. So yeah, is it? Kind of. It's based on multiple murders that took place in Australia, a whole bunch of backpacker murders. There isn't any proof that any of them were really connected, but yeah, this is technically based on multiple true stories. I guess that could be said for anything though. I mean, if you went to, I don't know, New York and made a movie about some random gang or something, you could say that it's technically based on multiple true events because there have been gangs in New York and everywhere else. So I mean, technically it's based on true events, and there are some really cool stories, like behind the scenes stories that I've heard. I don't know if any of them are actually true, but there's one where there was this dude in a truck that resembled the exact truck from the movie, just sitting there with his bright lights on, and then they all started yelling at him, so he turned them off and then drove off like an hour later. That's pretty cool, pretty spooky. But yeah, this is technically based off of multiple true stories, but I would never say that this is based off of one true event. So yeah, kind of just a whole bunch of different random murders that took place in Australia. The Conjuring is the next movie we're going to be talking about. This is an entire franchise. Yes, Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people. Yes, they have an actual museum with the Annabelle doll in it. The Annabelle doll does not look anything like what it looks like in the Annabelle movies or the Conjuring movies. And yeah, that's basically where it ends. They were real people. They did some of these actual cases. None of them got this insane. And yeah, actually the Amityville house, when they went to it, there was a whole bunch of spooky stuff happening, and then as soon as they left, every single thing that was going on stopped. Take that as you will, I guess. But yeah, based on true events technically, but I'd say like 90% of the stuff that happens in these movies did not happen, and then the 10% that did happen, 5% of it is heightened to unbelievable proportions, especially the last one, the one that came out most recently, the Devil Made Me Do It one. That one was completely fake. But yeah, this is just one of those where it's 95% fake and 5% of it is real, just because it's based off of the two real people that did technically exist. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of my favorite horror films of all time, definitely in my top 5 for slasher films. And yeah, this is not based off of true events at all. This is based off of a story that I'm fairly certain the director heard of Ed Gein whenever he was a child, and he thought that it was really creepy, so they ended up making this movie whenever they grew up. That's it. It's kind of based off of Ed Gein. And by kind of, I mean Ed Gein did kill at least 2 people, and he did make lampshades, curtains, stuff like that out of the flesh, and he was making a suit out of the flesh, but he did not have a crazy hillbilly family or anything like that. All of this, like, it's very, 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 it's not even based off of the Ed Gein story, it's just based off of some of the things he did, like with the making skin art and stuff like that. And the grave robbing is a huge part of it too, which he did a lot of to make his skin stuff. So yeah, this is slightly based off of true events, and then given a whole bunch of fantastical elements, like with it's kind of just if you took the Ed Gein story and then made it a little bit more entertaining, I guess. I don't know, man. It's like a weird, heightened version of what Ed Gein did. So, kind of based off of true events, but very loosely and not really. The Exorcist is another example of one of those exorcism movies that is not very true at all. This is actually based off of a story of a boy who was given an exorcism. There was no head turning, no projectile vomiting, nothing like that. Nothing really entertaining, which, I mean, to be honest, if you look into the actual what happens during an exorcism, it's never entertaining. It ends up with the person being exorcised dying a lot of the times. It's really sad. It really sucks. But yeah, this is just not anywhere near what the original one was. This is just a Hollywoodified version of an exorcism. I mean that's literally what it is. Yeah, it's not a true event at all. Like, they changed it completely. There's nothing true about it anymore. Yeah, this is one of those that I see people say is a true event all the time, along with The Conjuring and everything, and it's just, I don't know, like 90% of it is fake. And it's basically just Conjuring. It's like that, except they changed the characters, like everyone. They changed everything. So, yeah, no, not at all. This one is a lot more fun and less depressing than, exorcisms ending in people's death. This is The Hills Have Eyes, an amazing movie, and the remake is really good too. You need to watch both of them. This is the only one that is based off of this, though. This isn't based off of true events at all. Gonna go ahead and say that. There's been a whole bunch of people that say it is. Yeah, it's based off of the legend of the Sonny Bean tribe, which is a Scottish cannibal clan, which was a really cool thing to learn whenever I did learn about it. It's pretty cool. This is like completely based off of it, and you can tell once you learn the story of Sonny Bean and everything, it's like pretty obvious that it's taken a lot from that legend. But yeah, this is a really good movie. You should go and watch it. This is on here just because I wanted people to know what it's based off of, and it's not a true story. Let me go ahead and say that right now. It's not, and that this movie is really good. I love the 70s version of Hills Have Eyes. The remake is good too, but nothing like this. It's like mutants and stuff in the desert. It's pretty cool, but it's nothing like this. The Strangers is another movie that you guys should go and watch, but unlike The Hills Have Eyes, I don't think you should watch any of the sequels. None of them are good. Yeah, this first movie, absolutely amazing. Have you on the edge of the seat, edge of your seat the whole movie. But yeah, this is a really good movie. And is it based off of true events? No, not really. It's kind of based on the Manson murders, kind of, sorta. That's kind of the only thing it's based off of, is the Manson murders. It's just 3 people breaking into one person's house, and they say they do it just because they were home. I mean, so kind of based on true events, but not really, because if you're gonna make a movie based on the Manson family events, you would think you would make it the Manson family, but it's not. It's just 3 random people, and that's like the main point of the movie, is that it's actually 3 people that just nobody knows. It's just 3 random strangers. Hey, that's the name of it. The next movie that I'm going to be talking about is the Amityville Horror. And this is kind of, I mean, it's real. Like, the accounts of the haunting and everything are real, but most of them have been disproven, and a lot of them have been proven as them just trying to get money because of the haunting. So, I mean, it's real, as in people said it was real, and then they made a movie about it, but it's also widely described as nothing more than a hoax. The murders in the beginning, like why the house is haunted, is completely real though. Like, yeah, an entire family got murdered in the house, and then the haunting is kind of just a hoax. So technically based on true events, I guess. And as with, you're probably noticing a pattern in this video, any movie dealing with paranormal stuff has a lot of Hollywoodification, where they try to make it more entertaining than it would be, because most of the stories are kind of just boring, to be honest. But this one, it has a little bit of it, but yeah, it's, I don't know, technically true events, unless you think it's a hoax, which, I mean, a lot of proof that there is. I think this is the first movie, and this is the last movie on this video, but I think this is the first one that I can actually say is genuinely 100% based off of true events. Like, I mean, This is exactly what happened. This is based off of the Texarkana Moonlight Murders of 1946, and the attacks are completely the same. And the time period is completely the same. The only difference is there are some artistic, like stuff with the kills where they do it more brutal than they actually were in real life. And that's basically the only thing that's changed. They amp up the kills, and yeah, they never reveal who the killer is or anything, and that's true. The killer got away. Nobody knows who it is, and the ending is completely fictionalized. It's the killer walking into the theater, like it shows his boots and everything. Yeah, that's the only thing that's really completely fictional, but everything else, yeah, this actually happened and everything. I mean, they go to pretty impressive lengths to actually ensure that it follows the same timeline as the actual murders and everything. It's impressively true, is what I'm trying to say. While all these other ones are just completely like 90% fake or just genuinely based off of a completely fake like myth or something, this is just straight up the true event that actually happened, except for the very ending. Yeah, this is 100% true. Okay, that was the last movie on this list, but there are a ton of movies that are based on true events or in quotations until I make a part two, and then we can take some of them out of the quotations. Yeah, there's a ton of them, and I think people, even people who don't like the horror genre, are kind of like morbidly drawn towards the based on true events type of movies and stuff like that. And they're normally, like with the exorcism movies at least, are like less actually scary and more just straight up jumpy, like The Conjuring and stuff. And I think it just non-horror fans vibe with those movies more instead of actual like scary movies. But yeah, most of these were pretty fake. They were like 50% real and then 50% not real. But we did get one that was actually like really like 90% real, and then like a little bit of the fake with the kills and everything. So yeah, I think we did good with this video. Like and subscribe, all that type of stuff. I might do a part two. I don't know. I just felt like making this tonight. See ya.